What's up guys, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to tutorial 16. So in this tutorial guys, I'll be going to show you how you can register one user for your bot or for your service or whatever application or whatever utility you are going to develop. So first thing is that you want to register your user so that next time whenever someone is going to send you some sort of message or some sort of like request, you can easily validate that this is a new user or this is a already registered user. Ask him some sort of challenges, like if it is a registered user, you should ask him to put some sort of OTP or some sort of like a password, so that the user is actually validated user and no one else is actually going to abuse or misuse your app. Okay, so for that thing I'm just going to do it. So again, let me just give you guys the context. So here actually are trying to develop one sort of appointment booking bot or grocery shopping bot. So for that actually we need multiple pieces. So we have seen how we can upload one file and how you can get the data from the file, and next thing is the registration. Once registration is done, then we'll going to start developing our bot. So in that context, I would like to highlight one more thing. So recently in India, Vodafone and ICICI Bank launched two service bot for the same purpose. You guys can go ahead and watch the demo or the demonstration. So actually they are also using the same thing, Twilio and some other application. The application backend I don't know, probably they are using Node.js, not Python, but Vodafone is using Twilio with Python and I believe IBM WhatsApp. So that is how it is. So probably we'll be also going to develop the same kind of bot, but before I actually develop this thing, so I'm actually segregating all the different pieces in a separate tutorial, so that when the actual time we'll be going to develop the bot, it will be easier for you to understand. So this is the high level thing: Twilio account, ngrok and MongoDB or any DB, but in this tutorial we'll be going to use MongoDB. So this is the data flow diagram. So this is our code or application or the Flask application which you are going to write. So mostly I believe this is a 16th tutorial, so all of you actually familiar with the flow and all. So for them actually it is easier. If someone is watching this tutorial for the first time, guys, please go ahead and start watching this series from the first tutorial. So there actually I have explained everything, how to set up the prerequisite and all the things. So this is user phone. User will send the data or a message to the sandbox, so the Twilio number, and the Twilio number will again interact with your code and application, which will be right now will be hosted in my local machine, and I'll be going to use ngrok to expose my local IP address as a publicly as a public host, or can be accessible from the public facing internet, and after that it will be go and do back and forth some operation with database. And this is a high level flow, and this is a scenario whenever a new message comes, bot will check whether the user already exists or not. If not, it will ask to follow the registration process, and goal will be user registration and validation based on the user email address and OTP. So guys, so now I'll go ahead and start writing the code. So just stay tuned for the coding part. So I'll explain everything from the beginning. So it will be, again, I'll be going to write the code from the scratch, so it will be definitely easier for all of you guys to understand. Okay, so that's it. We'll see. So welcome back to the next part, guys. So now we'll start writing the code. So first thing first, we're going to import all the necessary libraries which we will be actually going to use. So guys, this registration part will be going to be completed in a will complete it in two different parts. So in the first part, I'll be going to show you guys how you can validate that this is a new user or existing user, and based on the registration or user status in the database, you will generate some sort of message. But the OTP part and the validation part will be done in the next tutorial. Okay, so first of all, as I told you, I need to import the necessary modules or library. So our first library is definitely going to be Flask, and after that we'll be going to import Twilio. Okay, so let me start writing the code. So first of all, it will be we'll be going to write from Flask import Flask, then we'll be going to write request. Okay, and after that we'll write from Twilio dot twiml dot messaging response import messaging response, and definitely we need something else for MongoDB thing. So in this tutorial I'll be going to show you how we can use MongoDB or interact with MongoDB. For that thing we need PyMongo, actually the MongoDB Python driver. So we need I think we need PyMongo. So from PyMongo, if you are not having this already installed, then you can install this thing. Import Mongo client. Where is the Mongo client? This is the Mongo client. Okay, and after that we need URL lib. Okay, so import URL lib. So that's it, our job is done. So first of all, now we will be going to connect to our MongoDB database. So why I need MongoDB database, that I'll show you later. So this is our MongoDB database. Those are actually not familiar with this thing can start my tutorial from the beginning, like from the tutorial 1, and there actually I will explain everything. So for the high level or nutshell, so you can go to this cloud.mongodb.com, and after that you can create your account and you will get access to this cluster. So now we'll show how to connect to MongoDB. So I'll choose this thing, and after that I will choose Python. Okay, and after that I will choose 3.6 or later, and after that I will copy this thing. So this is definitely going to help me. So now we'll start writing the code. So for coding this thing I need some user ID and password, and user ID and password I'm not going to hard code. So I actually created one credential file that is inside here, so I'm going to read from there. Okay, so for that thing, first of all I need to read from that file. So what I'll do, import IO. Okay, so with IO, it will be with IO.open, and after that we will write grade.txt as F1, and after that we'll write the data row, because it will be going to be the data row, means everything will be there. So F1.read. okay, right, we'll write this. So probably I think we should read using CSV reader, because we'll be only going to have only one file, so it will be only one line. CSV reader is fine. So this, then I will write that as F1, then we'll write CSV.reader, and after that we'll write F1 and delimiter equals to comma. So this is done, and after that we'll write for row in data row, right, id equals to row 0, means first column is id and second column or the index position 1 is actually our password. So that's it, our main job is done. So what I'll do, I'll just try to print the id. So let's see we are able to get the data properly or not. So I got this thing. So this is my user ID. I'm not going to print the password. Okay, definitely not. So now I'll just going to establish the connection. Okay, so for that actually I actually paste this thing, so it is here. So for that thing I can create a variable, and after that I will create the connection object with Mongo client using Mongo client, and I will put everything like this here. Okay, and after that this thing will be inside the code, and I need to change this thing. So until this will be like this. Okay, and it will be some sort of like some sort of variable, and the variable is going to be in our case ID, right, username. So after that I just put the string concatenation, right. So again it will be like this, and after that it will again start from here, right, and it will be going to finish here, and after that we'll again put this thing, and I will change the password here, and after that I will again after putting the password I will again just put this thing. So our password is going to be pwd. Okay, and after that all things are actually going to be same. So again it will be here, and after that it will be like this thing. So all fine, everything close, fine. So let me try to run this thing. Okay, let's see whether we are getting some error or not. So we are getting an error, username password actually will be URL parse code. Okay, yes, definitely. So I just want to see the error, that is why I just put this thing like this, but most of you already know what we have to do. So it will be URL lib dot parse, that is why I imported URL lib, and after that you have to use quote, and your password should be placed in this side, this braces, and this is fine. Now if you see, there is no error anymore. So that's it. And after that I want to find out my DB. So my DB is from here again. Okay, let me go to the collection. So I have multiple DBs actually. So let me just open the MongoDB thing, then it will be easier actually to understand. So it's actually taking some time. So I have multiple DBs, so I'll be going to read from this DB, and my collection is user. So DB name is WhatsApp DB and collection name is user. Okay, so let me open this collection actually. So see, I have one user created. This is my name, this is my number, and this is my email ID. So let's now go here and check. So it will be client and it will be WhatsApp DB. We had this there, WhatsApp DB. Why WhatsApp DB? Let me again showcase you guys. So WhatsApp DB is the database and the collection name is user. Okay, and after that we'll find our collection name is user actually. So DB, then this, and then after that it will be users. So let's verify everything, we are able to print our collection or not. So it should print our collection here. If I do this thing, so it's printed, so it means the connection is working fine. So now I will write the Flask part now. So let's start writing the Flask part. So it should be app bot, I'll giving it name of app bot. So it will be Flask, and after that I'll be going to give a name. Okay, our name is done. So in for our Flask application, I just give a name Flask bot, and then after that I will define a route. So this is actually decorated function. Okay, app bot dot route. Okay, so it should be SMS. So I just want to hit that URL SMS, and inside that we'll put some methods like this, and it should be get and post. Okay, so this is done. Then after that we'll create a function. So that function is actually decorated, so whenever someone is hitting this URL, this like method will get called. Okay, and that's it. So now we'll try to put something in the return statement. So return, let's write okay, and start writing this thing. So first thing first, I want to get the user number so that we can easily validate. So number will be definitely come from this request dot request dot form dot get, and inside that it will be like from. Okay, and after that we'll print this thing. Let's see what we are actually getting from here. Okay, so we are done here. So we will write this thing, if underscore underscore name underscore underscore equals to what happened, sometime my keyboard, main underscore underscore, then we would like to run app bot dot run, and we will write port 5000. Okay, that's it. So let's run this thing. If name is not defined, so actually I forgot to give this thing. I'm just thinking why this is not working. Equals to main, why this is saying underscore name. No, this is not the error. Error is actually, where is the error? Here is actually the error. Okay, so okay, it's running. So actually I have already set up my ngdoc. If you guys can see, my ngdoc is already running, and also I have given the same URL in Twilio. So I'm not going to do that because it is actually going to waste the time, because I have already shown you guys how to do that. So what I'll do now, I'll just send something. So in the console I will get my number. Hi, I have sent hi. So see, I got my number here. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just try to replace this thing now. So it should be num equals to num dot replace, and I'll be going to replace this with nothing. Okay, so this is done. So next thing is actually I want to validate this user, whether this user is actually present or not, okay, in the database. So for doing that, let me just create a response object. So it should be messaging response. Okay, and after that we will now do something. So we'll create one variable x, and collection will try to find this user. Actually, collection dot find underscore one, and it will be like this. So we'll try to find let me now open my this thing. So if you see number, so I'll try to find this number, and this number actually matches or not. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just try to find number equals to this num or not, okay, num or not. Okay, and then we'll do the for looping. Okay, if there is nothing, then x is going to return none actually. Okay, then what will happen, we'll print we are not going to print anything. Basically we are going to respond. So but for the time being, just print here new user, or else we'll print the user name actually. So x is actually this thing. So user name will be x dot name. Okay, so normal MongoDB thing. Okay, so we are going to print here, let's create a f string here. Okay, and we'll write it like this, x dot name, maybe, yes, x dot name. Okay, and after that we'll put this thing. So actually this, not sure whether this will work or not. Maybe let's try. So this, then run it again, then run it here. Okay, it's running. Let's do this thing. So I should get my number in the console, because my number is already exists there. See, I got my number running because it is exit. Okay, so now I'll try to respond this thing from WhatsApp. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'll just try to create one variable to hold my number name, and after that I'll do it. Okay, so for that it's very simple. Okay, so name equals to x dot name, and after that we'll create response equals to msg dot message. So this is body. So inside the body I'll actually try to write this thing. So it will be like this, and welcome back, and after that we'll write okay, how can we help you today. Simple thing. I would like to print this thing, and after that we just want to return this thing, this message. So it should be str msg. Okay, so let's now try to run this thing and we'll see whether I'm actually getting, whenever the user is existing user and the user is already available in this user database, how it is actually going to react. Okay, so this is done. So let me minimize this thing and let's write again. So let's see. So I write hi, but I'm not getting the valid response, so maybe some error. So name is not defined. So name is why not defined? Actually I give here small name and I put n in capital. So this actually happens with me, you all know. So let me terminate, remote, and again try to run this thing again. I will try to do this thing. Let's see. So it's done. It's done. See, welcome back Ronnie, how can we help you today? So this is fine. So now what I'll do, we will we'll try to change this phone number. Okay, for doing that we can something else. Okay, update. Okay, and after that what we'll do, if user is not present, we will write the same thing, resp equals to msg dot message. It seems you are new to our platform. Would you like to register with us? Again I did a mistake. You can write anything. I'm just register with us, please reply with like this, yes or no, right? So whenever user is going to enter yes or no, depending on that it will trigger. So let's remove this thing, let's terminate this thing, and let's run this thing. So it's working. So let me just type hi. So my number is not updated, so I should get that answer, that you are response, sorry, not answer, that you are new user and would you like to register or not. So I just typed hi and see, it seems you are new to our platform. Would you like to register with us? Please reply with yes and no. So guys, technically our today's part is done here. So as I told you, I just going to validate the user is new or not, and the remaining part, mean the OTP part, will be done in the next tutorial. Always it is kind of very confusing. So I just want to make sure that the video length should not increase maybe more than 30 minutes or 25 minutes, and you guys should get ample scope of practicing, right? So that is I'm just doing details. So that's it guys. Probably I'll upload the code. Let me do this thing, but I'm not sure whether copy and pasting is going to work, but anyways I'll be just going to upload the whole source code in the GitHub repository as well. But just give me some time. I think if I can decrease the size of the font, maybe it will work. So 12 is definitely work. So let me just keep it here. Okay, so let me a bit this, okay, like this. Okay, I think I should decrease the font a bit more. Maybe 10 is fine. So 10 is fine, everything is here. You guys also can refer to the slide, and definitely this is going to help you. So guys, in the next tutorial what I'll do, so till now okay, let me show you guys. So till now we are here actually. So in the next tutorial what we'll do, if user enter yes, there will be some sort of question bot will ask, like your name and your email address, and once the user confirms the name and email address, bot will send some sort of OTP to validate the email address. So once user enters the valid OTP, the registration will be actually completed. So whenever newly created users come, this workflow is going to work, but whenever an existing user comes, the workflow will be a different. Like whenever a new existing user comes to the platform, it will get an auto generated OTP and to his email address or her email address, and based on that user will be able to log in. So in the next tutorial we'll be going to do that. So that's it guys, that's it for today. We'll see you in the next video. But before I in this tutorial guys, if you guys facing any problem, difficulties to understand any concept, or you guys have some other like use cases in your mind, please write me. I'll try to answer all your queries and all your like use cases. And in between, if you have any like interesting use case which you want us to cover in this tutorial, please feel free to write me. I'll try to include all those things. Okay, so that's it guys, that's it for today. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and happy learning.